Hey, 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 hey. How's everyone doing? So let's see here. Gray divorces spike as more Americans get divorced late in life. They ain't got the time to do it early. They're going to do it last minute. Jen Lawrence, as in Jennifer Lawrence, felt the stigma surrounding divorce all around her while living in the suburbs of Toronto. Canadian. But at the age of 48, she finally took the leap. She's like, I'm 48. Who gives a shit? All my friends are dead. Let's go get rid of this dude. And divorced her husband. Divorce later in life, otherwise known as gray divorce, became increasingly common as the stigma around ending a marriage diminishes. Exactly. Marriage is meaningless now. It's never too late to do it. It's like till life do you part, but like, really? Do you really have to wait that long? There's always time to ruin someone's life, especially when you promise to love and behold and follow them for the rest of your life. You can always betray them at the last minute. That's when it's the sweetest. More than 1 in 3 people who divorce in America are over 50 years old. God damn, that's got us. Imagine all that time you gave away to this person when you could have been looking for someone else, but instead they wait till the last minute to let you go, let you know that they've had enough use out of you. You no longer matter now. They're looking for something better, and they're going to take half of what you got. The best half, though, not the terrible half. You got debts, that's not for them. You got assets, we're going to take half of that. The debts, it's a number that's been slowly rising. Between 1990 and 2010, the divorce rate for people over 50 doubled. It doubled because it's a new generation, new ideas. And these ladies and some of these men, they're embracing the new. They're embracing these new ideas and they start thinking to themselves, I can do better. I don't have to stick in this. I know what I promised, but I was lying. I was only doing it because I thought it was going to be good for me, but now I don't feel so good about it. Sure, it could just be old age. Sure, it could just be life is just changing and, but I want to have fun again. And everyone knows fun is forever. So I'm going to commit to that. Reflecting changing attitudes about marriage and fulfillment. When Lawrence, who now works as a divorce coach, god damn, she got the experience and she's like, everybody should do this. I'm going to coach people into living their situation. It's not bad enough that I did it. We all got to do it. And financial analyst. So you know she's thinking about money. When she divorced him, she definitely took everything she could in Toronto. And her husband decided to split. Their marriage had been in trouble for a while, had been unhappy for some time, but he was the one who left. What? I thought you said you finally decided to divorce your husband, but he left? Which led me to do a lot of soul searching around why I felt the need to be married, why I put my happiness last. Okay, so he got sick of you, and instead of divorcing, he just left, but then you decide to end the marriage part. Huh. Interesting development. I did not expect that. Now, a divorce coach, Lawrence said the reasons some couples stay together for so long concern finances. Of course, it concerns finances. You're a goddamn financial analyst. What else would it concern? Why would it require your expertise if it wasn't about finances? What else would you look at to analyze except for finances? If one person depends financially on the other, it may delay a divorce or keep it from happening. Yeah, because people marry for benefits. I know this is shocking. I know you thought it was about love, but love is also a benefit, and love also fades. Benefits. For Lawrence, a big part of the reason she married her ex, who was her second husband, damn, she did it twice. She was like talking about all the stigma, and I didn't know, but you did it twice. Very experienced. Was pressure from her community about being single at her age. But those expectations are changing. People are like, you're lonely? Who cares? You're not my problem. I'm not married to you. With longer life expectancy hasn't increased. What's increased is immaturity. People act younger even when they're older now, and it's no longer frowned upon. No one is saying, sweetheart, you're 50. Why are you showing all that cleavage? No one's saying that. So you can act younger and be more frivolous at an older age. And a realization that life meant to be good, many people are looking at a bad marriage and opting out. A lot of people in the Gen X generation and older also wanted to stay married for the kids. The kids are old enough now. And plus, if you divorce earlier when the kids are younger, you get that child support. That's extra income right there. So you take half, and the other half, you get to siphon some of that too. That's good stuff. That's a good deal. That's good financial analysts. Right? And together until the kids head off to college. As time has gone on, Lawrence has found new connections with people who share her experiences. Meanwhile, the gray divorce trend is becoming more common than ever. By moving from suburb into the city, I suddenly found myself surrounded by others who made similar choices. Of course you are. City has a bigger population, so of course you're going to find more people that fills certain niches. Finding a like-minded community is a key part of the great divorce. Why would you want to hang around with a bunch of divorced people? They're miserable. Now, instead of being a fifth wheel at a dinner parties, you go to dinner parties. I'm at film premieres and art exhibits with others like me and banging younger dudes. That's what she's doing. She's getting her guts dug out at 50 and going home feeling lonely and crying. But then the next day she calls her friends and they're all talking about how much fun they're having. And she doesn't want to say that she's miserable. So she talks about the fun too. And they both cheer each other up and they feel excited about going out and doing it again. And it's all got all the juices flowing, you know? It's all very exciting and you're partying. And then it's over. And you're alone. And then the cat jumps on your bed and you pet it. And you look around, you just don't feel like getting out of bed, and you're sad. But it's all good though. Thomas Miller, who's worked in family law for 23 years, said he's seen a significant uptick in older couples getting divorced over the past decade, while many on the outside don't understand the point of divorce so late in life. Older people often decide to end a marriage after years of emotional turmoil. I asked the client in his 80s why he wants to go through divorce now, and he answered, because I want to die happy. You know what? I'll give it to them. The longer something goes on, the more time it has to go wrong. So if people are going to divorce, it makes sense that it would happen when they're older. Because you've given all the time for things to go right. It's about time that it goes wrong. And why work through it? You know? Why work through it? Why give it time for any of the complaints and the disagreements that you have to no longer matter? when you can end it and then start at the beginning with someone else, because the beginning was so sweet, felt so good, so much passion. Let's do it all over again. But another key component at play might be women's growing economic independence. Oh no, they have their own money. They don't need you anymore. So they're not going to stick around. They're not going to stick around. They got their own money and they can take your money, because they're not going to marry you if they earn more money than you. And if they do marry you when they earn more money than you, you're not going to take their money, are you? Why would you do that? What kind of man would depend on a woman to financially support him? That's just wrong. Certainly part of the reason we are seeing an increase of divorced couples over 50 is because women in particular are tired of feeling like they're expected to do it all. They're expected to do it all. They don't want to do any of it. You do it, and if you do it wrong, then they get to complain. But if they have to do it and it doesn't work, then they didn't fail. You just expected too much from them. What's wrong with you? Their countless attempts to address this with their partners has fallen on deaf ears. Oh my God. Women today, more than ever, are willing to stand up for themselves. Yeah. Before, they were just forced to listen. You know how women are, famous back in the day, women just listened. They never just, no men ever throughout history had a complaint about women just constantly nagging them. Women are just famous for listening, So they're the ones that are sick of it. They're sick of having to just bear it because they're so patient before. Gotta feel sorry for them, As people live longer, more people believe that divorce was immoral, sinful, or bad for their families. Have witnessed the fact that divorce can also lead to good outcomes. Divorced people are the happiest. So you should do it too. Anyways, until next time, I think we've all learned the most important thing to do to avoid divorce or to not have to deal with any of that issue in the first place is not to get married. But any of those people that now feel like divorce is no longer a stigma, they would never tell you to never get married, except for the guys, of course, because they want to get married again. Anyways, till next time.